So yeah, hi all, thanks for joining today. Git day one, okay, day one of Git. So before discussing Git, I will just show you the overview, okay. So these are the flow we are going to discuss. Yesterday I already shown in the demo. Still I'm repeating. Okay, we will start from Git, then after Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Jenkins with real-time projects. Okay, then after monitoring, how to monitor this total cluster, like total DevOps. Okay, and for every tool there will days, so you can check it out. And I already shared you personally as well. If you didn't get this image, just text me in WhatsApp. I will just share you this image so that you will get some idea and you can check it out what is the flow you are going to follow, because you need to have clarity what you are going to learn. Okay, then after git class calendar. Okay, we will start from git. After Git, Ansible, after Ansible, Docker, after Docker, Kubernetes. Git start from 3rd June and it will end at 16th June. Remaining you can check it out. And after Terraform, Jenkins, all this mentioned. If you not get these images, text me in WhatsApp. I will share it to you. Okay. Now I will go back to the local disk E. Git. My 10 days. Okay. 10 days Git was ready and I already prepared. Okay, so I can able to deliver my best out of it. Okay, let's open the git day one. So this is the episode 1. So my every will be like web series right, how you will watch web episodes in your favorite web series. In the same way there will be 10 episodes in git. This is the episode 1. So first you need to understand the terms. Okay, that's the reason I mentioned terms to understand. So first you need to understand the term called as repository. Okay, repository is storage location. Okay, often table of contents is also stored along with metadata. Okay, same like folder which we use in Windows. Okay, repository is nothing but a folder, nothing but. Okay, just insert this word into your mind. Repository is nothing but a folder. In Windows they will call it as folder. In Git terminology they will call it as repository. Okay, version control system. Version control, all also known as source control, is the practice of tracking and managing changes to software code. Nothing but whatever the code we are writing in real world in software industry. Okay, that code will be stored in version control system. What is this version control system? We will discuss, don't worry. Okay, version control system, what is the meaning? Version control also known as source control. So version control will call it as a source control as well. Like for suppose I have a name, so I will also have a nickname in my home. So in the same way version control system will call it as a nickname called as source control. What version control will do? Version control will track and manage changes in software to software code. Next slide. So quick look at CI/CD. I told you right yesterday, as a DevOps engineer, what our job description, we will create a CI/CD pipeline to deploy an application as fast as to the market. So if you see, developer will sit, he will write the code, he will commit the code to version control system. So now we are going to learn from next 10 days about version control system. Okay, once he kept the code, as a DevOps engineer our job will start from here. Okay, that's the reason you need to know what is this version control system. We will take the code of developer, we will start building the code. Okay, using some tools. What is these tools you will learn, don't worry. Okay, once the package was generated, we will copy that into a testing environment. Okay, there will be two testing environments, system testing environment and performance testing environment. Okay, once it is copied, and from testing environment you can copy to the pre-production environment, and from pre-production it will be production. It depends upon the companies, they will maintain different names for this. Okay, now they call it as system test, some people will call it as UAT. Okay, the only name will changes, but this is the server itself. Okay, one type of operating system. We will copy the setup file into one laptop, that's it. Like for suppose if I have a favorite movie, okay, if you see, there are group of friends who are sitting, they kept their movie in the Google Drive. Okay, I have taken that movie, okay, and I have copied to multiple folders in my local system. Okay, that's the, just if you don't understand, right, you just treat like this for now. Okay, then after people will start using this application once it is live, right, in the Play Store. You can download it and you can use that application. And for monitoring purpose, right, you can use some monitoring tool. Okay, and we will implement DevSecOps as well. And I will show you one DevSecOps project. So how you will implement all these steps using a CI/CD engine, which is Jenkins or Azure Devops. Okay, now let's go to next slide. Am I audible, right? Okay, is there any, no, like, is there any voice from, like, no, hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
they are. It's
Yeah.
audible.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So requirement for code collaboration. I told you, right? Developer will write the code. What he needed to write the code. That is important, right? Pointer options. Okay. What is the needs of a developers? Multiple developers should be able to work parallelly. Yes or no? Whenever I get a project, multiple developer can able to work parallelly. Super. Versions for every change should be maintained, and it should be possible to navigate to previous version of entire code or some files. Okay, first thing, multiple developer can able to work smoothly. Another one, for suppose if there is an issue in the version, they can easily go back to previous version. Okay, they worked on v1 version 1, now they upgraded the version to v2 version 2, now version 2 is not working, they need to easily go back to version 1. That flexibility will be needed. Another one should be able to support multiple customer versions and product versions. Okay, these are the requirement given by developers. Now let me go to next slide. Version control system. Okay, these are the software tools that help software teams to manage changes to source code over time. So version control systems keeps track of modification the code in special kind of database. If a mistake is made, developers can turn back the clock, compare earlier changes and fix the code, or move back to earlier version. So what are the terminologies in the previous slide I've explained you, right? All things will be supported in version control system. That's the reason companies will prefer version control system. And in version control system also there are types of version control systems. One is centralized version control system, another one was distributed version control system. Two types of version control systems are there, centralized and distributed. Now I will explain what is the centralized and what is distributed. Okay, next slide. Real life centralized version control system. I told you, right, every time whenever I teach anything I will compare with real life example. I can, if I directly show you the structure, you will confuse. So if you see, this is my movie where it is located in the Google Drive. Okay, and internet is needed and you need to connect with Google Drive because it's private, and you need to watch the movie and it is centralized. There is one drawback because you cannot download this movie, you need to connect continuously and you need to have an internet and you need to play that movie in the Google Drive. That is a centralized version control system. Now let me show you the Git centralized version control system. Git not centralized version control system. If you see, he is a developer one. Okay, he is a developer two. Here also they need to connect to this centralized version control server. Okay, they are working on the code. They need to continuously work on the code, and the code is located in the Google Drive. So Google Drive nothing but centralized version control server. In this server, the code was present. They need to connect to this server to work. Okay, this is a centralized version control system. They need to connect continuously. If the internet was gone, they will just sit and play. If there is no internet, they cannot able to work on this centralized version control system. That's the reason. Then after a new, so what are the tools available in the market in centralized version control system? We have a subversion, we have a perforce, we have a IBM clear case. These are the tools available in the market: subversion, perforce, and IBM clear case. Now no companies are using this centralized version control system. Now I will show you distributed version control system with real life example. First, same thing, same Google Drive. I have a movie. Okay, this movie, treat it as a code. Okay, now this movie can be downloadable in my local system. Okay, I can download this movie in my own folder. Okay, and I can watch anytime, no need of any internet. This is a distributed cinema. Okay, in the same way, treat this Google Drive as a version control server. Okay, now let me go back to next slide. Distributed version control system. Okay, version control system server. Okay, what he will do, he will connect to the server. He will download the code in his local system. He will download the code in his local system and he will start working. He no need to connect with the server. When he wants to connect the server, if there is any new changes was there, to download that, he will download. Like if you compare with real life, right? If you see there are three movies. Okay, he will download that three movies. Okay, he will watch. He will also do the same. Once the new movie was added, he will again go and check and will download. In the same way, here also working on three versions. Okay, and they will first download the code to the local system and start working, because and there is no need of internet to work locally. Okay, only for connecting to this server they need an internet. Normally they don't need of any internet. Now I will ask you a question: which will be easy for the companies? Distributed version control system will be comfortable or centralized version control system will be comfortable? You tell me. Here the example tools are Git, okay, Mercurial, Bazaar. So these are the tools available in the market. So we are going to learn a tool called as Git. Okay, distributed version control system is a Git. Centralized version control system is a subversion. Okay, which one is best according to you? Distributed or centralized? Anyone?
It's a distributed.
Okay, now let's continue. Git is the most popular version control system. Okay, 90% of companies are using Git. That's the reason we are learning Git. Git was created by Linus Torvalds, who create Linux kernel. Okay, he is the founder of Git. He has created the Linux operating system as well. He is the founder of Linux operating system. While working on his Linux operating system, right, he want to store his code, developed code. He doesn't found anything best. So what he did, he created his own repository, Git repository, and he has released Git freely, open source nothing but anyone can able to use, no need to pay any amount. It's free to use. So he has released to the market and it has become huge success. Why people trusting this Git? Because he is the founder of Linux kernel. That's the reason people trust blindly on this tool, and Git is more secure as well. Version control system. The primary objective behind Git was to implement and design version control system that was distributed, reliable, and fast. This version control system was created to manage Linux code base. I told you, right? This was normally created by him to manage his own Linux code. So Torvalds has three criterias behind creating this Git. One should be distributed, nothing but any can able to distribute my code and any can able to work. Okay, and it should be efficient and it should be safe from corruption. So there was no open source distributed version control system in mid 2000s. So hence he developed Git out of necessity. I told you right at that time there is no tool is available. So for his necessity he has created this tool. Now all software industry, total software industry using this Git. So in the now there is a repository types. You need to understand this repository types. Okay, in DevOps, total DevOps repository types is very important. One is code repository, which we will call it as version control system. Nothing but whatever the code developer written, right? That code will call it as code repository. So in the repository there is a software package repository will be also there. Okay, which is operating system, which is package repositories. Nothing but apt m. Okay, these are the package repositories. In the language there is a Java, Python, Ruby, okay, .NET. That is a language specific software package repository. Okay, in the Python you will be having pip module. Okay, right. Now there is also Artifactory repository, which is JFrog Artifactory, Nexus, Docker registry, okay, Docker hub. So this is also a Artifactory repository. Just watch this video, watch this recording multiple times. You will understand. You need to understand the terminologies. If you are keeping code, it is called as version control system, right? If you are talking about the softwares, it's a software package repository. If you are talking about your setup files, I told you right, jar or war file. Once you get a developer code was developed, you will build the code and generate a package. That package where you will kept or Artifactory or Nexus or Docker registry. Now let's go back to next slide. Version control system. Need for servers in distributed version control system. Right, this is the diagram which you already know. Git workflow using real life. Okay, you know what is Git, what is version control system. So shall we check the Git workflow by comparing real life example? I am not directly show you the workflow. I will first discuss about the real life. So if you see, this is my tree, my own tree. What I will do, I will add water to my tree. Okay, once I add a water, what it will get, it will get fruits. Okay, once I got a fruit, what will be my stage? I will be under the stage to earn money. Okay, I have a hell lot of fruits. What I will do, I will do a commitment, okay, with the retail shop owner. I told, I will tell them that I have a organic fruits, you can sell my fruits, and he will have some commitment, okay, to the local shop. Okay, and he will sell. So this local shop will have options to sell locally as well as remote. Okay, now understand this Git terms. In Git workflow there is a working tree, staging area, okay, local repo and remote repo. Okay, these are the workflow Git. First you will start from working tree, then you will come to staging area. From staging area you will go to local repo. From local repo you will go to remote repo. From working tree, if you want to come to staging area, you will use add. Okay, from staging area if you want to come to local repo, you will use commit. From local repo if you want to come to remote repo, you will use pull or push. Okay, now I will show you the real Git workflow. So I told you right, first you will initialize git init, a .git folder will be created. Okay, you will come to the working tree. What are the files you will create? It will be under working tree. Then after you will execute git add, then it will come to staging area. Okay, then from staging area, if you want to move to local repo, you will use git commit. Okay, from local repo, if you want to push, this will call it as remote repo, which is GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. Depending upon their company, they will use that specific remote repository. Okay, so if you see, there is a Ola and Uber, Swiggy or Zomato, both are same, right? What are the services they are providing? Everything will be same, right? In the same way, GitHub, if you know GitHub, you can easily work on GitLab, Bitbucket, because services are same, only the companies and logos changes, but everything remains same. Commands, everything remains same. You need to understand and you need to remember these terminologies. Okay, working tree, staging area, local repo, remote repo. I will ask you the Git workflow tomorrow. Okay, you need to understand these terminologies. Okay, working tree, staging area, local repo, and remote repo. From working tree, you will go. If you want to come to staging area, you will use git add. From staging area, if you want to come to local repo, you will use git commit. From local repo, if you want to come to remote repo, you will use git push. Okay. Now I will go to next slide. So these servers which host distributed version control system can be installed on the server in your organization. So now we are discussing about a distributed control system, but how it will be installed in the servers we need to discuss or not. So can be installed on the server in your organization. Nothing but you can have a organization specific version control system that is self-hosted. Nothing but it's very private to the organization. Another one was can be using version control system as a service, which is managed by cloud or third party providers. Okay, if you see version control system providers, GitHub, okay, it is a cloud hosted. Okay, Bitbucket, it supports cloud hosted as well as self hosting. Cloud hosted nothing but it's a service. GitHub is a free, okay, free. And AWS code commit provided by AWS, Azure source repos provided by Azure, GitLab. Okay, in the GitLab also is one type of version control system. In this GitLab, you will be having two types. One is self-hosted and cloud hosting, both supports. GitHub is just a cloud hosted. Nothing but if you want a private GitHub in your own organization, it's not possible. You can go for AWS code, sorry, GitLab, so that you can have your own private repository, or Gitolite. Gitolite is a self-hosted. Gitolite, Bitbucket. Okay, or you can use GitHub as a service. So public versus private Git repositories. In the repositories also there is a public and private. Okay, self-hosted and cloud hosted. So cloud hosted nothing but you will just create an account. Okay, you will create an account, you will pay the bill. Okay, free for public repositories, private you need to pay an amount. You can start the working. Cloud hosted, that's the cloud hosted. Okay, in the Git I told you that public and private. Public is anyone can view and it's an open source. Private, only who can access can view, modify and create. So popular for enterprise application. Okay, self-hosted nothing but you will choose some servers, download software and install in your company. Okay, and you will maintain, you will start working. Nothing but it's a private, only for your company. They will provide a service and it will be under your control. Okay, that is a self-hosted. Cloud hosted nothing but you will use as a service, like for suppose GitHub. So in today's your task was to create an account in github.com and create an account in AWS cloud. Activities. Okay, what is your task? You need to create an account in Azure or you need to create an account in AWS cloud. So if you want to install Git, this is the command. Okay, you need to create an account in AWS account and you need to refer the git cheat sheet. Okay, you need to create an account in github.com. These are the tasks for you today. I told you that every day I will give you a task. Today first class, so I'm giving you a one task. You need to create an account in AWS or Azure. It's your wish. If you are going with Azure DevOps, create an account in Azure. I will guide you how to create. I will not guide you to create an Azure account, but I will guide you how to work on DevOps. Okay, it's easy. You know how to create an Instagram account. You know how to create an Facebook account. You know how to create an WhatsApp account. So for your career purpose, if you want to create an AWS or Azure account, Google it and try it. Take it as a task. Okay, and you need to refer the git cheat sheet, because we cannot able to remember the commands. Daily you need to take a Xerox. Okay, then only you will remember. And you need to create a new account in GitHub. What is this GitHub? Don't worry, we will discuss. Okay, how much time is there? Okay, 26 minutes. We have more time. Okay, I will go to GitHub. Okay, this is a software company. GitHub is developed platform. Okay, allow developers to create, store and manage, share their code. Okay, just go to this GitHub. Okay, here I already log in. Okay, my account was DevOps easy. Okay, you just create an account, and one more task for you is just go to your YouTube. Search for DevOps easy. Okay, you can see this is my channel. Okay, there is a DevOps demo. If you missed the demo, just go and watch this video. And once, if you go to playlist, right, you can find Linux tutorial. Go to full playlist, watch every video. If you see what is Linux, how to create a server in AWS, have explained. Okay, what is the Linux commands, everything have create explained briefly. Okay, just go through all these videos. Okay, then you will get some idea on Linux. That is a task for you. You need to start watching this Linux videos, create an account in GitHub and create an account in AWS. Okay, you need to create an account in AWS and you need to create an account in GitHub. Okay, sign up for Git. Welcome to GitHub. Let's begin adventure. Enter your email ID. Okay, enter your email ID. Continue. That's it. He will ask for steps. Just follow. It's very easy. Okay, AWS account creation is also very easy. Go through this Linux playlist. These are the tasks for you. If you perform well, right, it's help for your career. Now, what I need to tell, I forget. Okay, you will create an account in GitHub. Go and create today Git cheat sheet. Okay, let me give you that Git cheat sheet. Okay, this is the Git cheat sheet. Right, everything you will there. What are the commands we will, okay, in future in Git, what are the commands we are going to use? Every command mentioned in single image. Okay, getting started, right, prepare to commit, everything, everything was present. This is a Git cheat sheet. Take a printout. Okay, just kept in front of your table. Okay, start practicing. Don't remember any command. Practice. By continuously practice, then only you will remember any command. Don't blindly execute commands. Understand and practice. Okay. I will share this Git cheat sheet once you have enrolled. Okay. You will get it. This cheat sheet. You no need to worry. Today's your task was to create an account in AWS, create an account in github.com. Okay. So now if you have any type of doubts, you can ask. Let me stop the recording.